Hello again.
The device is cold to the touch.
I'll give this one like 2 more tries.
Hello again.
The device is still
Got it.
warm from her touch and heavy as a brick from the batteries inside. The company logo, Omicron, adorns its yellow plastic cover. Inside, the tape is rolling. The girl looks at the device in your hands.
I'm sorry I have to sit here on the ice with the drugs wearing off. At your age, or at any age, in this weather, waiting for it to get dark.
She looks you in the eye, her pupils wide, surrounded by a ridiculous amount of makeup.
People who built this world intended it to be better for you. Oh, fuck, this is getting real. But they failed. It's easier to live in their failure with this by your side. Tap on the tape recorder.
The wind howls. She remains silent. It's real. Tell her.
It is not a childish fantasy. It could be a real weapon. It's what's coming for you now.
What is?
Oh. Nothing. If you got this, don't be scared.
Okay, I'll stick to it. So thanks, I guess, for the psych session. Maybe I can return it. What's been eating you, officer?
We'll find out after the ad. Here. Ideally, I want to get the kids set up in the church, recheck the Kuno and the one worker's empathy checks, and then hopefully sing karaoke before we call it a night. Alright, so you said eating me? There's nothing eating me.
Come on, I can tell. But, okay. Be a boyadero about it if you want to.
Well, I guess there is something that's been making my life hell.
What is it?
Oh, fuck the entrepreneurial class. They have... Fuck the racist option, too. Alright, I think it's the plight of the working class.
Oh. Really?
The golem of capital runs rampant, smashing creator and slave alike. I fear the process is irreversible.
Wow. Social justice really matters that much to you. That's commendable. They had you shaken up there. Are you sure that's it, though?
I haven't seen much of this world, but from what I've seen, social justice is an adolescent term. It sounds almost liberal. What's got me shaken up is the people struggle, and it's got me shaken up bad.
Yeah, man. They're pretty bad.
She's just going along with it. Makes me sick thinking about the thousands, millions, billions? How many people are there, actually? How many people are there in the world?
3.6 billion, not counting those in sale.
Why aren't we counting those in sale? Really? That many? That reduces me to tears. Think of 3.6 billion and God knows how many more on that sale place. Crushed under the tyranny of the market.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. Are you sure you're not just hung up on some chick, though?
Now that you mention it, I found these letters I'd thrown in the trash. They might have something to do with it.
Okay. Why'd you think that?
First they had just the faintest scent of chewing gum on them. I could still smell it under the shit.
Wow, man. That's pretty symbolic. Don't you think?
Yes, I found that to be very symbolic too.
Okay. What else?
They were in a woman's hand, and oh boy did reading them not make me feel good.
There you have it then. Chick trouble. Not political after all. Who was she?
I don't remember.
Really? You seem to be pretty upset about this chica. Are you sure you don't remember anything about her?
I remember her scent, and that's all.
Wow, man. That's some pretty strange shit. Are you sure the letters were for you?
Yeah, I'm sure. Why would I have reacted so strongly otherwise?
How come you don't remember, though? Is it like some selective memory thing?
Wait, what do you mean by selective memory?
Man, when I get hurt, I just want to forget that shit, you know? That kind of selective memory.
Yeah, you might have a point there. Selective memory.
Yeah. Or it might just be some psych bullshit, you know? Königstein wank.
What is this Königstein wank?
You know, the psych thing they've got going on there. Rich people like it. People in Königstein are mostly rich.
Thanks for the bullshit psych thing, man.
You're welcome. Might be for the best to keep that shit forgotten, though. Just my opinion. If it itches, don't scratch.
But it itches really, really bad.
Okay, well, that's it for now. Alright. Let's get these kids moved in. Oh, I did find what I was making the money from. I get $2 for every passive encyclopedia check, so hopefully more of those come up.
Hi again. So, how are things going?
Heard about talking to the church again.
Yes? What's the deal?
Good news. I managed to convince Suna. She's okay with you guys moving in, but on one condition. She needs your speakers for her project.
We are grateful, Copman. You're an augury of a new era of anodic dance music.
The Speed Freak smiles, happier than he's ever been before. You're gonna have to share space for a couple weeks until she gets her research finished.
Fine. We can manage.
He grins, excited.
And you're still sure about keeping our little side business, right?
Oh, you mean the illegal drug lab? There will be no shady shenanigans in the church, only love and anodic dance music.
Fine. We can make do. It's going to take us a bit to move our stuff inside. A couple of hours, maybe.
I'm guessing if you let them start the lab, you can get speed from them. But trying to go on a minimum. It's just coming together as a minimum substance run. So, all right, tent's gone. Is the cell still out here? Okay, good. She went inside too. Like, it's chilly. Bridge probably would have been quicker, but whatever. Alright, I guess we check in with them real quick. Just don't want to take too much time because we got the stop for the dice and stop for the other stuff.
Yeah, it's all set up, man. Can you already imagine 1,000 people in here? 10,000!
He waves his hands in an unbelievably lame, non-hardcore manner.
Static vibrations, totally transcendent. And I've finished setting up the new compressor too.
He looks at the imposing black box in the corner that's churning out the sound.
The only thing left to do is the name of the club. Will you do the honors, detective?
What do you propose as the name, Andre?
The name. Everything I managed to come up with sounds just wrong.
Okay.
Andre's overthinking it.
Says the girl with the microphone.
Yes. You should do it, detective. It
This-
would be good for the signs.
Noid's right. You've helped us so much. It's the right thing to do.
Alright. A cell, what would you suggest as the name?
How about something simple? Like the club?
Too modern and too ironic. We don't want ironic. We want real. Real and true and beautiful. Like a morning after the rave.
Fair enough. Egghead, you must have a lot of ideas.
Yakokata! Yakokata! The place to be!
Yeko Qatar, the zone of ecological catastrophe. That's too morbid, Egg. Got anything else?
Hardcore! Hardcore to the mega! No, it has to be bigger than hardcore. Yes, it has to be even bigger than hardcore to the mega. It has to be bigger than the scene.
Noid, give me your 2 cents on the issue.
Amnesia.
Ah, he's naming it after me.
I can't remember the name of the club, Amnesia.
Amnesia! It's not amnesia, guys.
Suna, do you have an opinion on this?
I don't.
You just scroll up and everything. I love that. I'll pan up. Kim, how would you name the club?
I wouldn't build a club, and I wouldn't name it either.
You're no
An
fun.
underground place with no name? Sounds like something the Crabman would say.
We're not going with anything the Crabman would say.
Why not? The Crabman has ideas, Estelle. Ideas from another level of consciousness.
Please learn more respect for the crab, man.
I don't care. I don't like the Crabman, and I don't like his ideas. His ideas are spooky. Next, please.
Alright, well, I think I've come up with a name.
You have? Well, what's the name?
No Truce with the Furies.
What does that mean?
He yells over the thumping music.
Too long. No one's gonna remember it on a Friday night.
No truth!
Egg's right. They could call it no truce if it's too long. At least it stands out from the others. It evokes something. It's victorious.
Hell yeah.
And yet mysterious.
He looks around the church as light beams wash over the dance floor, bathing it in violet blue.
Settled then. Everyone welcome to No Truce with the Furies.
Hell yeah.
Breaks into frenzied dance-like motion to celebrate the name. Someone turns up the beat.
What are you doing, Andre?
I'm dancing.
He performs yet another strange pattern of moves, but it doesn't look very cool or modern. Honestly, it looks kind of lame.
That soft core gyrating is supposed to be dancing.
We should talk about it. We should talk about your so-called dancing.
Yes, my man.
He jumps up and down with glee. His moves punctuated by the stereoscopic flash of the club lights.
What is there to talk about if you can express yourself with moves? Audio waves thump against your ribcage. The speaker setup makes everything sound much better. But there's a noticeable lack of something.
Alright. I'm meaning to ask you, what's with the hair?
It's to express my individuality.
Is that a bald spot? It's hard to tell for sure, with the fused together spikes, but it looks like he's balding.
Is it important for you to be an individual?
Of course it is. Otherwise, I'd just be another poor guy with no education and no money. General issue, man.
Fair enough.
Now I'm all that, and I have radical spikes.
Fair enough.
Maybe it was a bad idea. Anyway,
Worth a shot. And it's white check, so.
You close your eyes and dream of the shapes your body should form
And no,
to
it's
bring
not
the
bad.
strange music into life. For now, such ferocity of motion is beyond you.
Alright, if I can't think of anything else to dump points into, at some point we'll start dumping the savoir-faire.
to this futuristic beat.
I know, limbic system.
Face just to think about it. Even a failed attempt gets the juices flowing.
Oh, I have equipment that boosts savoir-faire too, so.
Lost. If you
Goodbye, officer.
If you up the dose and truly dance, who knows what will happen. Okay. Let me see if I can get enough just from changing equipment. Here, I want to keep boosting, okay, I guess the boost is only temporary, but if you have a point, you can spend it. Okay. For the substances. But yeah, we're gonna keep boosting perception. Should I just do savoir-faire, but perception is really high. I think I can afford to burn one. Alright. Just want to dance. Okay, clothes. What do we got here? Savoir-faire. Not the pants. Those are the itchy pants, right? No, the flare-cut trousers. Perception. Savoir-faire. -1 on that. Okay, what pants do I have? Oh, let's get a shirt back on too. The mesh feels good. Style-wise, alright. We'll give it one more go.
Oh, hey, man. It's good to see you.
You close your eyes and dream of the shapes your body.
Nope, that was a terrible roll too.
It's to express...
Is that a bald spot?
Maybe it was a bad idea. Oh, yeah.
If you don't know what the founding party is, there might be a way to mask it with minor demagoguery.
Come to think of it, I've never really looked them up. Yes?
I wanted to leave. There we go.
Goodbye, officer.
Okay, we can dance later. I should bump perception. How close we do? Okay, 16 to another level up. Alright. Back to whatever I was wearing before, because I'll keep the mesh shirt on. I don't need the physical right now. I know that looks cool enough. Well, I can keep all that. Right. I feel like I took off something that was boosting empathy. Biker cops are good. There was a check I needed volition for, wasn't there? Oh, well, let's talk to Egg.
DeLorean charge! The place to be!
We might be here for a little bit.
People!
Large speakers set up behind the young man, blasting a familiar song.
Thump through your blue soul. The music sounds much better in the church. He stands on stage, behind a table, nodding along to the music and waving his hand in the air. In front of him, the audio mixer. One reel spinning. The other reel deck is empty. Cables run hither and thither. On one side, you see an auxiliary line in with the number 4.5 written next to it.
Alright, how do you like the... I like it in the church.
Back on the case! No disgrace! Bring it down to party place! The first page of the second chapter!
His voice echoes all around the ground hall.
Maybe for him, you only have a chapter or two left in you. Last of the penultimate, more like.
Okay.
Yes, what is it?
How's the project going? I see that your neighbors have moved in, but all I hear is anodic dance music.
What did you say?
You can barely hear her over the thumping bass of anodic dance music. I said, how's the project going?
I can't hear you. The music is too loud.
The project. How is it going?
Oh, the project. It's not going well.
Why?
There's that guy. I need him to plug a 3.5 cable into the auxiliary input so that I can route the audio signal through the mixer
repeat
into
that?
the speakers.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Egghead! A 3.5 cable! Into the auxiliary input!
I love this.
Okay?
Why don't you just ask him?
He doesn't listen to me! He only ever seems to care about hardcore and yekokata! A place to be, apparently!
I will speak to him and see what I can do.
Maybe you can get through his magic rhymes!
She just jazz hands to mock him.
How it goes.
Okay. Oh, is this gonna be another, like, conversation puzzle?
Yeah! Harder car!
Egg, can you please route soon a signal through your speakers?
The Mega! Yeah! I can route it through auxiliary! What kind of a cable does she use? 3.5 or 4.5?
He's gonna need an adapter, isn't he? It's 3.5, no doubt about it. It's on the ground.
Oh, she uses 3.5. Yeah. The auxiliary lining
I
is
know it.
3.5 millimeter. These two don't mix.
Oh no, we're going to be in this church forever.
Don't worry, I have an adapter.
Oh, he does have one. He searches for the cable on the ground and picks it up, looking at the jack.
This is a 4.5. We're all good people.
With a grin, he sticks the plug into the auxiliary line in. You hear a satisfying click.
Thank God. Adapters noticeably degrade the sound quality.
He's right.
Great! Someone got through to him! Okay, let's get it all
I'm guessing you have to finish his conversation puzzle before he'll do it for you. Egg, the music?
Everybody! Everybody! Don't panic! I'm going to turn off the Arno for just a sec. For a special scheduled event. The Arno will be back, but we're doing something else for one moment. Alright, go tell her that Egghead is ready to rave to her tunes. And then I'll turn off the music.
Alright, goodbye, Egghead.
Yes, what is it?
Alright, talk to Egghead. He's plugged in the cable. You can now unmute your speakers.
Hey, but think you can ask him to turn the volume down a bit? Just in case.
Maximum!
Shouts Egghead, a great smile still adorning his face, larger than a red dwarf star.
Is the only way!
I know it is, but could you please turn it down just this instance? Just this one time?
She's trying.
Not the only way.
I know that voice.
Pump it to the brick! Pump it to the hard master! There's no other way! Glue style!
Glue style? Okay. There literally is no
Oh.
other way. The mixing desk is glued to maximum.
See? He pumps it to the hard master. It's hopeless.
Why do you want to turn on the volume?
Because I'm afraid that something might happen. It's an unknown phenomenon. We can always turn it back up if there's a need.
Can't turn down the hardcore!
I think what Egghead is trying to say is that the volume button is stuck on maximum.
It is.
She shrugs, consigned to her fate.
Yeah! Permanent enlightenment! Ray of sound!
Never mind then. Let's get on with our project. I'm going to unmute the speakers on a count of 5. Everyone ready?
She looks around the church.
Egghead pumps his hand up in the air, waiting for the beat to drop.
All ready.
Says Andre.
Ready.
Yells Noid.
I'm ready if you two are detectives.
The lieutenant nods stoically. Not so stoically. His hand moves to the gun holster.
Ooh.
There's tightness in your chest.
I like that reaction speed
Anxiety.
pops in as observations as well. Do it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mute disengaged.
She lifts her hand from the keyboard. Complete silence fills the room.
No wind outside. No waves. No floorboards creaking. Total, continuous silence. This is unnatural. The woman looks around. In the silence, you see dust move on the floorboards. The driver of the speaker vibrates in the air and then stops. Plasterwork begins to crumble down the walls. In the silence, a low hum starts creeping up your spine. It's a song inside you, not in the speakers, not in the room. A great bass sigh in the basement of your mind. Slowly,
What the fuck?
until the air around you starts to vibrate. It's out there now, in the world, made manifest. It will devour everything. The floorboards, the glass, the streets and people. Nothing will remain.
Guys, what's going on?
There's alarm in the man's voice as he steps back to scan the surroundings. A slight rattle, like crystal clattering, in the cupboard fills the air, joining the chorus.
It's about to break.
Hell yeah,
Louder.
says Noid, his eyes riveted on the strange circle of water basins.
The water looks like it's boiling.
Hosiana! Mother of Mega!
You hear Egghead yell, and then something else, but his voice is growing faint.
A tidal wave approaching from afar, swallowing entire coastlines on its way. Salvation. He's peaking. The worst high he's ever been on.
It was in me at first.
The beauty and the beat! The future of dance! Planetary!
No, Egg! It's the window!
The glass shards around Dolores Day's vacant heart appear to be vibrating from the sound. It almost looks as if she's alive.
The corner of your eye. The lieutenant steps aside, cautiously. His eyes searching for a possible evacuation route.
The window is going to come down. No, the roof!
She looks up. A screech fills the air, a scream of wooden nails, as the pillars of the church twist and creak around above you. Above and around you.
Cracks run up the wooden pillar.
Did I just trigger a game over?
Come down to earth! Love!
Below it, all the bass grows, like the jaws of a giant compressor gnawing on metal and wood. It does not sound benevolent at all. It's shaking the building's foundation. The floor twists. A great pulse arises in your flesh.
That's it. I'm muting it.
Oh, I want to dance with somebody.
Oh, I want to feel the heat!
Tina Turner?
Doesn't stop.
Oh, yeah, there's definitely shit falling. Uh-oh.
I've turned it off.
Okay. She yells, holding the contact mic in her hand.
Oh, the compressor! The place is gonna come down!
Fuck! I can't shut it up. The signal's passed. It's not in here. It's...
In the mixing desk now, building into a positive feedback loop.
Egg.
This is it. A great roar. The vault of the roof twists above you. Glass shatters somewhere near the door. It's coming down.
Egghead, it's in the desk.
It stops. Totally and utterly. As if there never was a sound. Only your ears still ring from the shock. Everybody is staring at Egghead, holding a dangling cable in his hand. A black 3-pin connector.
Egg.
I pulled the plug. It was getting too hardcore. You did good, Egg. Most of the place seems to be intact. Fucking hell. Programmer lady, tell me you were recording that.
4 years. 22 people. Millions of reals. All that time? This is what we were up against. Just erased it. Suliswolf isn't gonna believe this.
Yeah,
Okay.
but did you record it though? It was dope. I think we can use it.
Yes, Andre. I recorded it. Damn, I need to send some letters now. Thank you all for doing this. Eggman, you too.
Eggman.
And you, officer. I don't know what we've discovered, but I know what it sounds like now. That's the start.
Kim, did you hear that?
It was very hard not to. I think you're right. There is something going on here. And you need to be very careful with it.
I promise, officer. We will not play it again.
What was that? I've never heard anything like
It
that.
was mathematical information from the anomaly, presented as a waveform. That's what it was technically. Theoretically,
So we played the track 1 on a PlayStation disc that had the CD
I
tracks.
have no idea. I've never even heard of anything like this.
A voice seems muffled in the silent church. It's your ears adjusting after the exposure.
You're gonna write Sulislav?
Yes, our lead designer. And maybe some of the producers too. And some of the writers. If they're sober enough to open a transmission. They need to hear.
That it wasn't her fault. Or theirs.
They need to hear about this. Don't worry, I won't send the recording. Although I doubt they have the speakers to produce the frequency anyway.
Alright, what happens now? Are you going to...
Stay here. I'm going to stay here with these lunatics.
Hell yeah!
Maybe meet Suliswolf. Also devise further measurements.
I want you to know that's totally chill with us.
I don't care, but thank you anyway. Now, I have a theory to come up with. Some kind of preliminary explanation to all this. Or the letter will sound like I've lost my mind.
Yes, and we have to get back to stabilizing Martinez. Instead of demolishing it with loud bass noise of unknown origins.
Sometimes
That's a good username. Loud bass noise of unknown origins.
you're still alive. You don't know enough about the world. But that Joyce, if you knew all she knows, could put it together.
It is a white check. It's like a crapshoot.
All you hear is silence in your head.
Alright, so much for that. I could have spent one on logic there, but nah. I'll probably work towards the logic thing later, maybe.
Good morning, comrade! Yeah! Harder car!
Whoa, that was a crazy sound we heard before.
It was awesome and scary. Very hardcore.
His voice booms through the chamber, then gets silent.
Hardcore, in fact. I couldn't control it at all.
What happened?
It sucks up all the air in the mix until it's the only thing left. Starts compressing itself and everything around it. Completely fills up the headspace. Extreme.
Inside your chest, the heart beats still with the after effects of the sound. Imagine if you could harness that power, making it pulse.
Is there anything we can do about it?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe someone can do something with this. I imagine this is the sounds that the future could make.
Sounds like the future could be even more hardcore than I ever imagined.
Yeah!
Alright. I feel like maybe talking to everybody about it might give me some extra points in it once I up stats of it.
Goodbye, officer.
She's whistling a melody, her trusty contact mic attached to a wooden pulpit. At the sound of your footsteps, she stops what she was doing and turns.
And Noid said our sign would probably go up after we got into the church, so.
I've been recording some new audio from all these beams and rafters. The sounds travelling through the wood are pretty cool.
Well, that's cool.
Creaks and stuff. Like you're underwater, you know? But like, underwater inside a tree. And no, it's got nothing to do with Contact Mike.
Huh. What Contact Mike is?
I actually wanted to thank you for getting me and my friends in here. And we even found some new associates, such as they are.
Alright, how's everyone doing?
Good, I think. Noid is getting a read on the place. I think he finds the carpentry very impressive. Andre's been setting up the compressor and dancing. Egghead's been keeping the party up. He's got the stage under control. Sauna, the programmer, she's doing...
That's what Soona, okay.
She does. Behind that radio computer of hers. She doesn't talk to us much. And the Crabman hasn't shown himself, thank God.
Now can you tell me about your associates?
You helped us out. I can repay the favour.
Alright.
Want to know?
Tell me about Soona.
Oh, she's a bit odd, I have to say. Doesn't talk much. I'm not really sure how to vibe with her, you know? Seems like she's not in a very good mood most of the time. But earlier today, she told me about...
I mean, that sounds about right for a programmer.
And she seemed oddly happy, like she had some idea with those little creatures. Some artistic idea. I didn't really listen, I was busy with my mic.
Alright, what about Tiago?
Oh, the crab man. Still gives me the creeps the way he moves. But he doesn't actually come down that much, just climbs around the rafters. I just tried to stay away from the crab man. But he talks to Noid.
Oh, cool.
They seem to have some thing going on.
Okay. Well, he talks to Noid, what for?
That's me. Noid said they get along somehow. They're both crazy enough, I guess.
What does he do up there?
Who knows? He doesn't really answer our questions, see? Not that it's easy to ask them. What are we supposed to do, yell up at the tower?
Fair enough. About the others.
Who do you want to know about?
Tell me about Andre.
Andre? He's a cool guy. Doesn't really come off as one, but he is. To me, at least.
She rubs her sides, but not from cold. Her shoulders are relaxed. She must have taken a hit, or she's on an upswing.
He takes care of shit. Sorry. I mean, he's got a vision.
That's right, she keeps apologizing for the swearing.
Tries to push
Secret Canadian.
falls into place. He's an organizer.
What has he organized?
Nothing. But then again, there's nothing to organize around here either. He really wants this church thing to work. Must have taken it as a sign when he found it abandoned like that. Said it was an augury. I don't know where he got that from. Andre's not super intelligent.
Aw.
I've never seen him so psyched about anything though. And he's often psyched. Looks sort of desperate, like it's his last chance or something. Or maybe he was just high. I mean, not that he does drugs, just high, you know.
On life?
Yes. Anyway.
Is Andre your boyfriend?
Yes.
Tell me about the others. I don't want to bring up the balding thing. Tell me about Noid.
Burger, I guess, like the rest of us. Okay, maybe not Egg, I don't know about him, but Noid and the rest are from Fallberg, making the pilgrimage up north to visit the Elysium. He's real hardcore about the lifestyle.
What does he do?
What do you mean do? Like for a living?
This fucking controller. Alright, yes.
He's a carpenter, trained and all. He's very good, he just doesn't have the mindset to work like that. In a shop somewhere.
What kind of mindset is that?
He abides by the hardcore, sir. You would have to ask him yourself.
And you?
Sir, I abide by the law.
Oh, what's this pilgrimage you're talking about?
It's just something poor Fallberg kids do every spring. To pass the time, we walk the entire length of Boogie Street, up to Jamrock. Or as much as possible.
Why wouldn't it be?
I don't know, man. Have you been down Boogie Street? It's a little bewildering.
Let's say I haven't been down Boogie Street.
Okay. Then you should go and take a look, I guess. Boogie Street is cool. It's got a lot of immigrants and all kinds of different people.
Alright, I might just do that if I make it there alive.
Yeah. I hope you do.
Okay, tell me about the
What do
others.
you want to know about?
What's the deal with Egghead? People want to know. Inquiring minds. What does he think he's doing when he yells all that stuff?
He's the party boy.
He told me as much, but what exactly is a party boy?
And Nordic music doesn't really do vocals in the traditional sense. Vocals are thought of as rock. That's to say they're a bit backward. No offense if you like rock music though. Rock music's cool by me.
Pachoo, pachoo, swish. Your credentials as the resident future man of Revachol are being questioned. Show her you're hip with the times, Gramps.
No offense taken, go on.
Anyway, even if you don't have vocals, you still need someone to say something every now and then, right? To urge things on. That's where the party boy comes in. He basically just stands on the stage and dances and yells how awesome everything is. It's very catchy.
Yeah, like I said, he's the front man of Scooter.
Understand. People are usually afraid to do things if others aren't already doing them. Dancing makes you dance, like sneezing makes you sneeze, or yawning makes you... Anyway.
Aw, he's getting into it. Where's he from? How long has he been with you guys?
Actually, we don't know where he's from, or who he is, really.
The Eggman is a mystery.
One time we were out partying somewhere in backwater Fallberg. Or maybe even Coal City. I can't remember. Maybe it was Coal City.
The worst of the bandlers. A wretched heap
Okay, encyclopedia check. I need the money. Good.
of the dusty slope of
We're up above 10, so...
the remotest possible area of Revachol. No one even wants to exploit those people anymore.
Egg was yelling along to some jam someone was spinning, all night long. Just kept yelling until he didn't have a shred of voice left. When the sun came up over the mines. There were mines? Yeah. It was in Coal City.
She nods.
Egg came with us.
She pieces together memory a lot like I do, honestly.
Way back. Couldn't even speak.
Aw.
It was definitely Coal City.
Oh, he's probably...
Because it took us
throat was worn out.
to the fore. He just wheezed the whole way. We never really asked why he came with us. Or who he was. I think his name is Jermaine. People are sweet.
She says quietly.
You can see it must have been a great night. The memory causes her to go silent for a moment or two.
Aw.
Who do you want to know about?
Alright. Tell me about yourself.
Me? Again?
Yes, I forgot. Tell me about yourself.
I told you, I'm a silver bird.
There's that phrase again. Really reminds you of something.
What does that mean?
It means I don't answer questions about myself.
Fair enough.
Thank you. Sure.
Okay. Oh. I'll go for it.
The silver bird has already flown away. I will catch it later.
Alright. So there's more to do with her plot too.
You got us in, cop.
Let's get do Noid chat here.
Got us in.
He looks around the hall, examining the carpentry.
In his sharp eyes.
Between you and me, I don't know if you've noticed this about me. I'm a little suspicious of authority.
As you should be.
You really came through for the hardcore underground.
I am the Pistler. Let's go.
You really came through for the hardcore underground. How come?
Andre is busy cutting some slightly less lame but still quite ungainly shapes on the church floor, sweating profusely. A cell using her contact mic to listen to a tree underwater. The one with the large head is blasting the dance track on repeat, while the stained glass window behind him is rattling from the bass. Sire,
It's glorious.
'twas a security risk, and in here, sanctuary. 'Twas only noble of you.
You did it for mankind. For all of mankind.
Okay.
The lieutenant keeps laconic. Noid, what do you think about the church?
It's a miracle of carpentry. Their bodies carved into total shapes. Now it can be something more.
He rubs his hands together. You say that's carpenter yourself?
So much anything as a carpenter anymore. They tried to make me into a reckoner and a leveler. Made me a bit manic, you know. I regret the time I dedicated to that profession and that worker collective.
Oh, I mean, that's why he doesn't like the communists.
The hardcore side dance community these days.
Understood?
The material knowledge is mega though. Guild shit. Teaches independence.
How old do you think this church is? Over 300 years?
That's right. The first settlers built it, plus 6 more like it, on the coast here. Was one of the first things they did. Must have been really scared of something, but I understand. Alone on another...
I love how fast soon his hairs are going on the keyboard there.
Themselves and nature. Pre-industrial quantities of solitude. The sea, perhaps something more fundamental.
He's still a philosopher under all of it. That's cool.
Place for myself and my own as well.
His voice echoes in the wooden cavern of the church. Something more fundamental? You mean the sound anomaly?
Maybe they were unable to face the nature of the world, perishing.
What style is this church built in?
A cop who's into building critique. Okay then, this is folk DeLoreanism, lawmongerer. It's a subset of early DeLorean architecture.
I'm not just a cop, I'm an art cop.
Art of core.
He nods appreciatively. Okay, what's DeLorean architecture like?
Total. Everything between an ancient concrete cathedral and a glass cube is DeLoreanism. This is just an homespun version of it. Folksy stuff. Early mass production. They made thousands like this. Does that help you out?
What would a DeLorean building look like?
Like that woman there. Vertical, thin, white, a false image of grandeur. The source of the system is up there. You're at the bottom. They really dug that power vertical. Like to show off large and intricate structures. Arches, spires. Put you down with them. They were really into painting everything white too. Virginal shit, you know. Marriage shit. Virtue and tyranny.
Church isn't painted white as far as I can tell.
Stands to reason it used to be white on the outside before the sea wind took all the paint off.
Fair.
Year after year, flake after flake, whitewashed clean, then covered in green moss.
Same.
Slowly peeled by the wind, your skin crawls from the sensation as you look around.
What do you mean by dead bodies? Probably trees, but
It's a perennial plant.
there you go.
Sigma functions have left this place. It's a good thing we came along. The spiritual collapse has been total.
Spiritual collapse?
Saw some piglets suckling their dead mother. Have you heard this one, cop man? After a short while, they shuddered and went away. They had sensed that she could no longer see them, and that she wasn't like them anymore. What they loved in their mother weren't her body, but whatever it was that made her body live.
Oof.
End of quote. This is an high-quality carcass. The power of hypnotic beats and hard bass is needed to reanimate it.
Alright, first, where's that quote from?
A Sarais man who lived a long time ago. An ancient hardcore brother.
What you're saying is you're not a big fan of the Innocent system?
1,000-year-old tyrannical regime of history. Built and maintained by hundreds of generations of self-appointed intellectuals. It's false core.
Hell yeah.
The way he says it, the force in false core, is invested with 20 kilotons of disgust.
But you guys said the Ecclesiastes were all about love and hardcore before, remember?
I only said unity. One word. Figures of authority always misquote you.
He points to his friends.
Andre doesn't care about the Ecclesiastes. He just wants the operation to run smoothly. And Egg is a demi-beast. You shouldn't listen to what people say. You should listen to what they are.
Alright, and you propose dance music will supplant the system?
Dance music. Regular dance music wasn't hard enough. And yes, I do.
You know what this kind of stuff goes well with.
I don't need to be a narc.
Your pleasure response was more like, just wondering if he has any.
Right? How do you like the glass work?
I don't. Fuck for giving me the evil eye.
You wanted to get inside the church, now you don't like the stained glass window.
It's in here. We have to get rid of it. Dismantle it. Can't dance with a giant mass murderer looking at ya. Not a good look for the club.
Mellow, man, mellow. No one's a mass murderer. This is a house of love. Mass murder on the floor.
Alright. But she's pretty, I'm not a fan of resettlement. Oh. I do feel there's something terrifying about her.
She is a party repellent and must be taken down before we can begin partying in here.
No, that's not it. It's something more. Something closer to your skin.
I'm gonna stare grimly into the distance.
Looks the same way. It is dark there in the back of the church. For a moment, the music echoes strangely.
Would you say she was, human?
I like this question, cop man. She did not live the life of a human. She lived like someone who's playing a game. The life of an operator. That's not the life that humans live.
True.
She was adored. Humans aren't. I don't know about you, but they hate me. And they do not think I'm innocent or some shit like that.
Alright, yeah, they hate this too.
Well, they loved her. They put all their love in her and forgot all about the rest of us.
Alright. Okay. But she's the innocence of humanism. Humanism seems to be a pretty big deal around here.
Leads to eating sugar and pigs. Humanism was invented to mass produce billions.
I feel like that's not a humanist response. It's talking about humanism, so.
Produce hundreds of.
And even then, I got communists out the ass. Home fun.
And many, many more tons of sugar.
She liked games. Her legacy, the thing we live in, isn't real life. It's a strategy for some kind of victory against a long dead opponent. But, yo, I'm only annoyed. What do I know?
Alright. Isn't she supposed to be an embodiment of the world spirit?
World spirit does not have a body. It has organs. Hardcore is.
I like this guy's cosmology. It's interesting. He raises his left hand.
Van Eyck track is an organ. The carpentry and glass cutting that built this house are also organs. She's a thief, if you ask me. An organ thief. All innocences are.
Yeah, I'm done talking about her. I don't want to think about her anymore.
Strange choice of words. Caustic. Overflowing with negativity. That can't be healthy. What's happening here?
Oh, my morale came back up too. I guess the alcohol wore off. Alright. I don't know.
Well, you shouldn't. You shouldn't come back to this anymore. Stop talking about it, please.
Alright. How are you settling in?
To say, cop man. Signs in here are
We might come back to it later. But I do need to get out of here and get those dice.
Properly synced. I did get to talk to the crab man though.
You mean Tiago?
Anyway, he's been giving me kind of a psychic rundown of this place. Dude's seen some crazy shit, but he's actually a lot like us.
What do you mean?
The man picks up on stuff, and he knows a lot about the church. I got a lot to learn from him. Good thing you didn't squash him.
Alright. I want to talk more about this place. Oh, same thing, right?
What is there to talk of?
Something else. What did Tiago tell you about the church?
Crabman's been lurking here for a while. He's experienced things. Things that give off bad signs. As far as we can tell, the Ubi's built...
Oh, and Leo was an Ubi. Okay.
...years ago as a sarcophagus.
You mean there are dead bodies in here?
Not like a literal sarcophagus. I'm just being metaphorical.
Alright, well, what's it for?
Encasement, confinement, of something they were afraid of.
Oh, the noise.
Something unheard of on the Isla. I think that's what the Crabman is experiencing when he climbs around upstairs.
So he's climbing around up close to the source of the noise. Or the not noise.
I thought the best way to deal with it was to build a church surrounding it to contain it.
I don't get it. Contain what exactly?
And it's not something they properly understood either, what it does. But it's what this Sona person is looking for and trying to measure.
He nods towards the woman.
It'll be fruitless though. She won't be able to measure it. People like that always want to measure everything. All those things they really can't.
Huh.
The wood creaks as a gale blows by. Outside, dust particles fall through the darkness, settling down on the age-bleached floorboards. The structure does not feel particularly durable.
This building seems less than structurally sound.
It's pretty fucking unsound if you ask me. They should have built a club for anodic music around it instead.
He grins.
Anodic music will definitely contain whatever we're dealing with.
His words echo in the chamber.
Well...
He shrugs non-committally. What do you think makes you think Sona's gonna fail?
Seems to be the trend around here, doesn't it? You can't measure shit like this. It's not like... substance.
Alright, well I found a doomed commercial area in the Martinez proper. Maybe it's the same thing the Ubis were trying to contain?
Like a concentric ring spreading out. The struggling villages. And that is what caused the communards to fail in defending the beachhead. Yeah, a lot of failure has gone down around here.
Do you think there's any merit to the theory?
I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. It's not a thing we can answer, cop man. Even I have limits. I'm a limited psi person.
Well, if it's without substance, I guess there's nothing to worry about.
You can figure things out, cop man. I think we got on a good level here. The signs are syncing up well.
Good. Why are you so suspicious about everything?
Suspicious people are esoteric people. We don't go around spilling everything to Johnny Law. They don't call me Noid for nothing. It took us setting out for this whole enterprise to get our signs synced.
Why are you called Noid anyway?
Short for paranoid.
Fair enough. May I ask why? What good is being suspicious?
Simple question. Say I get hurt. I want to make sure it never happens again. So I
Justifiable.
analyse the situation. Exercise caution. Caution is suspicion.
What are you suspicious of?
It'd be easier to list stuff I'm not suspicious of. I'm not suspicious of sound and colour. Mechanics and chemistry also have a trueness about them. Most anything else deceives. Wants to steal your life away.
And what are the most suspicious things?
I don't have a top 10 list of things I'm most suspicious of, but if I had one, the left-right complex would be number 1. Number 2 would be their sole accomplishment, the pig-wheat paradigm.
Something is off here. You feel like it should be the other way around.
Tell me more about the left-right business.
I prefer not to. Both ask the wrong questions. Any spark of light from either one is accidental. Their combined movement's only concern is producing enough pig and wheat for everyone. The end goal of humanity. The original mistake was assuming that words have more being than bodies. That's what led us astray. Far from our true life.
Again, he's got a point here too.
Find a way back.
Even though it's kind of starting to sound like anarcho-primitivism, which is its own pitfall.
Life is. You feel it's the real centerpiece of this mythology.
Alright. Don't you mean the left-right paradigm and the pigweed complex?
Politics is an inert complex of daily corruption and inane think pieces.
Yeah.
Paradigm is economic, and it concerns pig and wheat. This is where the innovation happens. It's only a theory, but I suspect they're breeding a pig-wheat hybrid. Probably in Grad.
Okay. What's suspicious about the production of pork and wheat?
It's our only shit. We should make better use of not being animals or cereal grain ourselves.
What's bad about cereal grain? Having enough food can be a precursor for greater things.
Having food is means to an end, but the left never talks about the end, only the means. Caps are likewise suckers, constantly sleepless in worry. It's our only shit.
Alright, what's so bad about animals?
Not being animals or cereal grain ourselves.
What's bad about animals? Animals are cute.
Nothing. Animals are cool, guys. I like animals too, but that doesn't mean I have to be one myself.
That was certainly stimulating. I want to ask you something else now.
Eyes flicker.
Alright. You mentioned true life. What would that be like?
Life is true if it's free from fear, an internal division among oneself and others.
I didn't think it would take this much time off the clock doing this, but that's fine.
A German will come, a return to trueness. It will be hardcore.
Alright, how do you go about returning to this true life?
Beats and bright lights to shatter falsehoods. Nerve impulses for the collective body. We are very much alike in basic structure. An hard enough beat would awaken everyone to a truer calling. In unity.
Just like that. The speed freak is right in your face. His eyes burning. His comrades look on worriedly.
So he's done this before.
The man is dead serious about this. Rejection of the right-left axis. Emphasis on unity. Appreciation of some primordial mode of being. What does that remind you of?
That's a bit of a concern, yeah. Sort of like fascism then?
Militarism, racism,
Okay,
and
cool.
emphasis on a leader character are totally absent in hardcore.
Fair enough, just making an observation.
He picks up a wrench and scratches his head with it, unaroused by fascism.
Thank fuck. Alright, so you're advocating a noise-based society?
Non-Occidental cultures share a beat at their art. Thus, they are closer to true hardcore life. There's
Coming up on an ad again, too. I'm trying to finish this book.
They had to rely on some extremely basic percussion.
Alright, you keep mentioning hardcore. What does it mean to you?
Utmost dedication. Thoughts from the spinal cord. It's a potent superlative as well.
The term also signifies certain varieties of pornography that depict penetration, just so you know.
Yeah, I know.
Egghead usually has a better concept of the hardcore. He just really likes saying hardcore. Hardcore!
Alright. Let's roll this ad. We'll come back to the porn element of that. Alright, I'm going to bring up the porn thing. Because it's probably funny. Alright, the term hardcore also denotes a strain of pornography that depicts penetration. Did you know that?
That's a pretty hardcore coincidence, don't you think? Yeah!
Alright, let's change the subject.
Sure thing.
What's with the clothes?
They're hardcore.
That's it?
They're just clothes.
Thought there'd be more to it.
It's just a style, you know, normal hard style. Anyone can wear it.
Alright. Let's go for it.
Aggressive.
Nope. We can come back for it.
But also somehow sacred.
More conceptualization. I wanted to do more in that anyway.
Like a machine, man. Nothing exists but the here and now. All are one. One purpose. All you've managed is a list. The parts don't form a whole.
Hey, Caranoid. Alright, I'm going to take one more attempt to dance. I'll see if I have any conceptualization stuff, and it might be enough to roll again.
It's good to see you.
You close your eyes and dream of the shape.
But just imagine the mood.
Puts a grin on your face just to think about it. Even a failed.
Goodbye, officer.
Okay. We failed it before, that's why I skipped through that. Alright, so anything else for conceptual? Oh, we have a logic hat, too. Conceptualization is what we're looking for. I don't think I have it. There we go. Honestly, it's kind of a good look. Let's see if they'll give you another go.
Oh, hey, man. It's good to see you.
Nope. That was savoir-faire for that.
Goodbye, officer.
Conceptualization was his thing.
Yo, man. What's on your mind?
Nope. Okay. Probably not enough for the logic check either. Okay.
Good morning, comrade. Yeah.
Okay, we gotta run. I'll see if Tiago's hanging out down here, but I doubt it. But we gotta run to get those dice. And then get to the Communist Party, and then if I have time, we have a party meeting. So, apartments. Yeah, this way. Or no, yeah, commercial area, apartments, and then maybe a little late night karaoke before I call it a night. There is one more thing I might look up, and it's whether you get to keep, whether you can still stay at the place if you pay after you take the shack. If not, I'll just take the shack. But still, a very productive day, even though it took us 4 hours. 3.5 hours. Now, commercial area. Actually, yeah, through the basement's gonna be the way to go. Yeah, because also I think the store is shut anyway, so.
All around you, rain falls on the great city of Revachol. Rain drips from the eaves and floods the gutters, washing the filth away. The spring thaw must be here. The snow is melting.
What am I doing?
Looking up at the sky, cold water dripping from your hat.
What do I see?
Grey sky like great battleships, clouds colliding with one another.
I need to put more in shivers. I love shivers. How does it feel?
Sticks to your chest. The shoulders of your jacket grow heavy. The cold finds its way under your
Literal
skin.
shivers.
You shiver, and the city shivers with you. You're not dressed for this weather. You should get an overcoat or a patrol cloak.
What's in the west?
Sheets of rain over the water. A flight of stairs leading into the ocean. Wave after wave washing the coast of Martinaise, with its motorboats and gently swaying reeds. The ruins of a half-sunken sea fort crumble on an inlet beyond the Bay of Revachol. Ghosts rise into the sky.
Who are you, ghosts?
The skyscrapers of La Delta, the financial district. Faint golden light seeps from the office windows.
What's down the shore?
Urban coastline, rain dripping off Eternite-covered roofs. Cinder blocks left over from half-finished construction. A defunct research and development building. once seized by...
Oh yeah, okay. We were there earlier.
Wooden church stands on stilts above the water.
And beyond that?
Coal City, end of all lines.
Alright. Run your fingers through your dampened hair.
Is an oily mess flecked with ash from neighboring coal plants. Smokestacks rise somewhere in the distance.
What's in the east?
There's a fleet on the corner.
I think we were supposed to find this on an earlier day, but it's still cool.
Under the counter by the window. Beyond that, the strikebreakers have gathered. The great gates of the industrial harbor.
Or maybe it's because we didn't have very high shivers then.
Runs down your back. You shudder like an animal trying to shake water from its hide.
Clench your teeth to stop shuddering.
Behind the gates, heaps of supply crates, red and blue metal shipping containers, slick.
This is glorious.
The Greater Revachol Industrial Harbor is an artificial mountain range. Immense wealth resides within, and immeasurable poverty in its shadow.
The peculiar beauty that man can build. Beyond that?
Elysium, King Dri's passenger harbor. Cruise ships flanked by dock arms. Cranes watching over the mouth of the river distributary.
And what's across the distributary?
Kuron, the lower middle class. Distributary after distributary cuts the city blocks in half. 7-story buildings trail off into the rain.
And what's beyond the Quran?
A silvery curtain of rain over the houses. The class divide.
Jesus.
You have never been there. They don't need the law east of the river.
What's in the north?
Capeside apartments. Tower blocks crowd one another. 4.46mm bullets still lodged in their war-torn stone walls. Hallways collapse from the mortar hits of a war that was lost long ago. Clotheslines go to waste in the rain. Radios play. The evening news.
And closer to here?
A yard. Rain falls onto the roof of a woodshed. The lingering odor of decomposition mixes with that of damp soil.
What's in the south?
A traffic jam. Rain thrumming on the roofs of motor vehicles. Inside, drivers watch water.
Oh, we need to talk to that guy at the trucks, that reminds me.
The statue of a king shudders. He too is cold. The canal bridge has been raised.
What's on the other side?
The road ascends. A raised motorway loops above the ghetto. Beneath its concrete columns, a sea of rooftops, woodwork, and tar stretches northward. 4-story buildings as far as the rain can fall. The snows melt in Jamrock.
What is Jamrock?
Revachol is the capital of the world. Jamrock is the capital of Revachol. Droplets form on your eyelashes.
I really gotta write more. Jesus.
It's home.
Okay. Why am I not there?
To be in Martinez, where no one goes, at the runoff point of a long-forgotten canal, in the whitest part of town, in the shadow of the day the revolution failed.
What am I doing here?
Standing in the rain, looking north, where Jamrock Rock City stretches inland.
Shudder. Look
In
further.
the swept distance, above the rooftops of Jamrock, a repurposed silk mill stands perched above the motorway exit. Precinct 41 hunches in the rain. Your vision blurs. You wipe your face with your hand. The rain stings your eyes, making you look up and blink.
What's above?
Coalition aerostatics hang like apparitions under the cloud cover. Way up there, where rain forms, rotors flutter silently. Your sight clears.
Motherfucker.
This rain will not let up anytime soon. I'd recommend you put on your coat.
Alright. That was a lovely aside. And then the rain let up by the time we got back. Alright, oops, wrong one. The flashlight, tools.